Hello, welcome to the Death Battle cast. We are the cast and crew of Death Battle. I'm Ben, I'm the voice of Wiz.
I'm Nick, and I'm the voice of Nick. That's the thing I
I'm
usually
Sam,
say.
and I'm the voice of Sam as well.
I'm Shadow the Boomstick.
At least you know our names. I guess that's the most important thing.
I don't know if we've ever gotten through a solid one.
No.
Why
We can't
would-
start
Over
now.
100 episodes.
We used to have a format, and we were like, this is how we're going to start every single show, just so everybody knows who we are, especially for people who are watching podcast or listening to the podcast, and they can't see us. But it just goes to shit every single time.
Yeah.
But thank you to our sponsors for this week's episode, Quip and Squarespace. From websites and online stores to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to build a beautiful online presence and run your business. We'll have more about them later on in the show. But in the meantime, we've got a death battle to talk about.
We do.
Let's talk about it.
Death battle that all of us worked on, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
Who wrote this one?
None of us
Yes.
did this one at all.
None
This
of
one
us
was
actually.
definitely written by Liam, who has been a longtime member of our research team. And then, we were like, why don't you take a crack at writing one? He did a fantastic job. So.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about the research team on our 100 Death Battles episode. One of the two that we did. 'Cause we did two of them for some
One was
reason.
celebrating 100 death battles, the other was celebrating 100 death battle casts. They were off by one.
Just happened to line
Off by
up.
one. Well, they
by a
didn't,
week.
though.
Well,
They almost did.
almost
It was remarkably close.
Yeah,
Frustratingly
the research
close.
team has been with us for a long time now, about 5 years or so. And Liam has just been killing it lately with his calculations and his write-ups for characters. And we've been wanting to bring them into the fold even more. And it seemed like a good idea to give one of them a script to write.
Because we talked about Sigma Ultron, he's like, I will do it. I will do them both. Like, he's like, I know everything about them. Like, and so.
He was very on board with this one. We've been debating about doing an Ultron fight for a while, and there are two big ones that are requested: Ultron versus Brainiac, Ultron versus Sigma, and we decided to go with Sigma. We'll get more into that in a little bit because that's one of the questions that was asked. But he did such a good job with it. Like Death Battle, I've said it before, and I will continue to say it, and I think all of us can attest to this. Death Battle is a complicated show to work on. It is really hard to make this
Yeah,
show,
a little
and
bit.
like it sounds so much fun. Like we're just gonna like talk about characters, right? And
Sorry,
and
Ben,
stare
I'm
at
in a staring
cameras.
contest with camera 2. And I feel like Brian will not go away until I stop making this face, and it's really starting to hurt my eyes.
Oh, you blinked.
Brian doesn't care. He just wants me to stop staring straight into the camera. Oh, you bitch, don't do it. They're already starting to water. Don't you fucking poke my eye. I swear to God, you
shit.
poke my eyeball. Oh, God!
Nice.
Did you actually touch?
Yeah, he did.
Felt a little juicy, yeah. It was nice.
Told you they're starting to water. Just trying to stare down Brian.
Yeah.
No, I'm not starting this up
Don't
again.
do it
You fine,
again.
Brian, you win.
Anyways,
Don't do it.
let's stay on topic. Death battles are complicated, and they are very hard to write, and Liam did an excellent job. And this is a really fun fight. I especially like what he did with Fight Script and the animators. A lot of dope stuff. They took a lot of, I mean, it's when you have a fight where it's like, oh, what are two robots that are gonna hack each other? What's that gonna look like? Like that's a difficult question to answer well. And they
amazing.
did a good job.
It's amazing how many times new questions still come up. Like, we've done so many battles, and yet there are still situations where we're like, we haven't really tackled that before.
Yeah, 101 episodes, and it took this long to get to a battle where they're gonna hack each other to death. Like,
Well,
With like the computer.
digital hacking. Yeah, we've had some hacking to death.
Yeah.
That's
A
for
lot of the hacking, the more traditional analog hacking. Yeah.
The digital.
hacking classic.
yes. But as always with these episodes, it gets lots of mixed reactions and lots of questions to what we presented in the episode and how the victor came about and stuff. So if you haven't seen it, please go do so right now because we're going to get into spoilers as we answer some of the questions that you guys have posted in the comments and such, which I will say, this has gotten a very good response so far. So that's a good testament to Liam's writing ability.
Good job, Liam.
Yeah, very positive responses, which is, it's always a good sign for a death battle. But
I do want to take like half a second to complain about Sigma's cloak though. Because it like does that thing where it's like see-through.
yeah,
The fuck is the point? Like,
I mean,
If
it
it's
throws away
see-through,
most
it's
of it
more
anyway.
advanced.
I
It's more
almost said-
futuristic and science-y.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
but-
almost said, I mean, it could still provide warmth, but he's a robot, so why does
Yeah,
that
yeah.
matter?
Like,
He should actually be kept
don't
cool to
understand
run more efficiently.
what the point of it is.
Intimidation.
Because you
And
can't be
he's
an
never
overlord
done
if you
it.
don't have a cape.
Well, he
Sam.
literally only throws it off.
yeah,
right.
because
It-
that's how you
does-
know
make an
that
entrance.
Yeah.
he's stooping down to your level. He's coming off of his throne.
I guess.
With his 50-foot ceilings.
The cloak
and
is just to impress you, man. It's just that like $1,000 outfit that you take out.
I guess.
This coming from the person who likes to wear socks once and then throw them away. Like,
I never
feel
throw
like
socks away after wearing them once. I just really, really like new socks.
pretty sure you
wait,
stated before.
What
You do?
happens
I
to the
don't
socks
know.
that aren't new?
I mean, I'll still wear them.
But begrudgingly.
Okay.
I don't,
Well, eventually you gotta fill up your drawer, your dresser
monster.
with socks. So what do you do?
I mean, do you really? I think the dryer eventually eats like a good portion of them.
I'm gonna
I
say.
have a thing. So every time I do my laundry, why are we on this? There's a small there's like a little hamper that just goes
Okay.
into the corner that has socks without sock friends, and then eventually, once every like 3 months probably, I'll go and try and match any of the socks that are in that hamper.
And if you can't,
all the unmatched socks,
Trash.
fucking out of here.
there.
Normally I would donate them, but I only got like a left sock. What do you get? You can't donate one left sock. Then Goodwill's gonna be like, no, get out of here with your fucking left.
I'm
feet."
sorry, Ben. I know we need to move on, but Sam, how do you determine if it's a left sock or a right sock?
Well, if you're a full-grown man and have actual fucking socks, usually there is some indication of which way they work.
Really quick, anybody have like left or right socks?
I guess I'm not a grown-up.
I have a
I
couple.
guess not.
Yeah.
I have a couple
It's
that are.
usually-
Do they have
Nice.
toes? That's the
With,
only
like,
way I can
it's
see
like
that
a
working.
angle thing, too.
No, yeah, and with like
if you
business
spread it out,
socks
it's got like an
usually.
angle to it.
Yeah, and
Really?
Not.
I have it
many
logos
of
on the
them.
outside of my socks.
Like that's
how
like
you
a
know.
that's like a dress sock kind of thing.
Yeah, it's
Like,
typically on
not,
dress
Not
socks.
just some random like
Yeah.
the socks that I'm wearing right
I
now.
guess
don't-
you
But
and I
that
are
was my
children,
point.
Chad.
Literally, like I was like, boom, like
guess
this. You,
we never
you
grew
fucking
up.
dingus.
But would it really matter if it was on the other foot? Why?
No, not really, but it is. They do, like a lot of nice socks do have a directionality because your feet are not identical, dude.
Anyway, we couldn't be further
The toe caps
from the topic
toe
of
caps
this
aren't
episode.
fucking flat. They go in. Your
So
big
let's get
toes
to the
Like,
questions.
what do you mean?
How about we
Like,
talk
could you just
about
put
Ultron
your
versus
fucking
Sigma?
left shoe on your right foot and be happy with life?
No, because they
Two
curve
robots
that,
that
but
don't
the
wear
sock
socks.
is made to flex. This is more sturdy design.
Let's continue with our fight.
Oh, thanks, Sam. I really appreciate you.
Just, you know.
I just had to know. I didn't know they made left and right socks. It seems
really
fucking dumb.
appreciate that. So the first question is why wasn't this Ultron versus Brainiac? It is the classic Marvel versus DC, and we do so many Marvel versus DC matchups that there is a mix. I think a lot of people have different opinions on how many Marvel versus DC matchups we should do every year, but it is the versus matchup thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It is the classic idea of what a versus match is, apart from going back to ancient times or whatever. But
Ain't no gladiators
Ultron
allowed.
versus Brainiac and Ultron versus Sigma, as we mentioned, were both very highly requested. So we figured either one would be good to do. Liam was really on board with this one specifically, and we figured it makes sense to give a writer something that they're familiar with, especially for their first episode.
Also, like, we can bring Brainiac in later. What else? Who else is Sigma gonna fight? Like,
I mean, you could probably find other you can find
Yeah.
other matchups for any of them. But I will say, I always found Ultron versus Sigma a little more interesting than Ultron versus Brainiac, because it's fucking Brainiac. Like, I don't know. Brainiac to me isn't really.
that's a
interesting.
great answer there, Ben.
Well, Brainiac isn't really interesting to me in terms of a combatant. He's more of like a strategist kind of thing.
Yeah.
And whenever a Superman anime movie turns into him punching Brainiac over and over, I'm just kind of like, all right, could just be anybody there. Brainiac should be smart and like controlling people and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Whereas Ultron is very much like does some of the same stuff, but he's also always in the fray.
Yeah.
So, and that's what Sigma does. So it just makes more sense to me to kind of pair them together in that way. But at the same time, I can see why everybody wants, or a lot of people want Ultron versus Brainiac as well. And, we can always do that, down the road. No problem. And we will attempt to answer the following questions as best as we can, despite none of us being the writer. But we got this. So, shouldn't the Sigma virus be able to cut Ultron off from his other robots, like what happened in the second Avengers movie? Do you guys know
Well,
why that doesn't happen?
the
Pop quiz. Why don't we do that?
Marvel movies are very different from the comics.
Ding,
That's
ding,
where I'd
ding.
start.
There we go.
Don't quiz us, Ben. You were involved with this, and Liam. Like we had
You
very
guys have
minimal.
been working on this show for ages. You should know.
I didn't work on this.
Yeah.
The first thing that came to mind was like because I thought about whenever they hack Ultron in the comics and they need like a Commodore 64.
Yeah.
Because
his
like
technology's so outdated.
yeah, he couldn't fight against
Yeah,
it.
that was a specific body of Ultron and not
Yeah.
the Ultron virus itself. The Ultron AI and the Ultron bodies are two different things.
Yeah.
So of course Sigma would be able to destroy or mess with each body, but as we show in the fight, it really comes down to what the AI versus the virus have to say. Next question. Why is Ultron infecting the Phalanx a greater feat than Sigma infecting the world? Doesn't that make their infection capabilities equal?
I don't know what you just said.
So
For starters.
in the episode, we talk about how Ultron infected the Phalanx, which are basically the Borg of the Marvel universe.
Yep.
And they're
Why does the
cybernetic
Marvel
people that-
universe have a Borg? Like
Yeah. And then
everything,
Sigma at one point infected the whole world. Is the Sigma virus spread out
Yeah.
over the whole world? There are a couple different things about those feats that kind of make them not really even out. So Sigma infecting the world was like the extent of his powers. As soon as he was able to do that, like in the middle of this big battle, he was kind of done. He was exhausted. It was over. Ultron infected the Phalanx and then used them to conquer an entire galaxy. And the Phalanx is this massive, like basically species of robot people. It's a way greater feat just in terms of sheer numbers than Sigma infecting the Earth, as well as the fact that the Phalanx are specifically designed to counter viruses, be viruses, hack things like that. Whereas Sigma infecting other robots that aren't designed to do that, like they're just, Mega Man isn't necessarily, well, Reploids in general aren't necessarily designed to counter something like the Sigma virus.
you think
clearly.
they would have put like some,
McAfee on
anti-malware
that
on
shit?
that. Yeah, some give them
At
some
least
of that
some
Norton.
McAfee.
But yeah.
At least.
So that's why in the
I
episode
can
we
either of those.
reference the Phalanx feat as Ultron Sigmaing a group of Sigmas, basically. Because he did what Sigma does to like a million Sigmas.
Yep.
So it just makes sense logically that he would be able to do it to Sigma himself. Next question. Sigma is a virus while Ultron is an operating system. A virus is made to harm an operating system, so shouldn't a virus have the upper hand?
Well,
Oh, I mean, that's like, I feel like that's like, you have a person versus a gun, and like, if the gun has nothing, if it's just a gun on a table, it can kind of made to harm people, but
Yep.
like the person's
It's
got
not
this
gonna
one
just
unless like
shoot.
they're
Yeah,
really
a person
stupid.
can
Like,
defeat a gun.
Yeah, like
Sure.
it's yeah.
Okay.
Please
That's
just
great.
leave it at that answer. Like,
Yeah,
I don't even
there
want
we
to
go, there we
elaborate. Sam nailed it. Move on.
right.
Next one.
You use travel speed to see who is quicker in a fight, but that's not how it works. Travel speed doesn't equate to combat speed. Doesn't that mean travel speed means nothing in a fight? And we've talked about the difference between travel speed and combat speed in episodes before. Typically what ends up happening is, especially with characters who don't have a whole lot to go off of, like Sigma, or in terms of like video and calculable feats, sometimes we will get a much greater number from a travel speed feat than anything else we've seen. And in order to put them at their best, the characters at their best, we sometimes have to apply whatever great speed number we can to them to kind of give the general idea of what they're capable of doing. The idea that travel speed and combat speed are completely different and one nullifies, doesn't necessarily affect the other, doesn't necessarily work. Like if you're moving, like if you're flying through a space at like 1,000,000 miles an hour, then you've got to at least be quick enough in your head to maneuver at 1,000,000 miles an hour. So there, to a certain extent, traveling speed and combat speed support each other. But yes, there is a difference. But at the same time, it's more about kind of like finding like a label, not a label, but like a certain like tier that the characters can fit
Well,
in.
and sometimes you only get one or the other, and that they, like you said, they need to be supporting evidence of each other, because it's like, yeah, we know he's very fast in combat, but there's literally no combat feat we can take to calculate it. So like, yeah, sometimes you just have to go with travel and understand that they are supporting evidence for each other. Not necessarily a direct translation, but still a great indication. If you can, like, if you're the Flash and you can run as fast as the Flash can run, you can likely fight pretty quickly too. So yeah.
Besides,
and-
sometimes travel speed can be useful in combat, like
Yeah, if you can run that
Raven
fast, just
versus
hold your
Twilight
fist up.
Sparkle.
Yeah.
Yep.
When Raven, the soul self's kamikazed into a little children's TV show horse.
Yeah. Okay, spoiling that episode too.
Well,
That one's like
whatever.
months old now.
Yeah.
it's coming up on a year.
Is it? Yeah, I guess so.
so.
That was pretty early this past
10
year.
months, 11 months?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like our
Wow.
episode 2 or
Man.
something like that.
Yeah.
You guys have a rule. This is okay. This question is not specifically Ultron Sigma, but it's kind of interesting because nobody's asked something like this before. And specifically, you guys have a rule that says all moral restraints from killing are ignored. But why not change it to the characters are left to believe that they have no choice but to kill? Wouldn't that keep them more true to their characters when they are not normally murderous? And it's
That's
kinda
interesting. I mean,
questioning the idea of
that
just
would
removing
provide
morality.
moments of hesitation, and
Yeah.
also that wouldn't really work when we put a hero against a villain, because a lot of times a villain is just like, yeah, like they wouldn't have to worry about that. They'd go straight for that kill, and if that hero has that moment of hesitation, then it wouldn't work. So like the purpose of our show is to determine like if both characters were doing everything in their power to try and kill the other one, who would prevail? And so that is why we get rid of all of that entirely. Because otherwise, I feel it would really put hero characters at a disadvantage.
It would complicate it a lot.
Yeah.
Because there's a couple ways to take this specific suggestion of the characters are left to believe that they have no choice but to kill. Like,
Honestly,
if you take that very literally, that's just exactly what we do. If you take it as more of a they believe that they have, that like it's their own belief that they've been told essentially, then they still possess the choice
Yeah.
to choose. Like some characters in there, if we were to take them as they are and put them in a death battle situation, they might be so honorable that they believe that that is not a choice.
Right.
That they will not
Yeah.
ever
And-
agree to that idea.
Right.
And honestly, like our calculations are done with just like nothing but sheer bloodlust in mind.
Basically.
And stuff like that. But the fight scripts oftentimes kind of do lean a little bit that way, where the
Right.
characters aren't necessarily like, they don't start off the instant the fight starts with their killing blow. Like, I mean, you know.
Yeah, like we
Part of that is just to
we
be
want it to
fun.
right.
Yeah,
we want
I
it to
mean,
be
yeah,
entertaining. We
that's-
want it to
yeah.
be fun, and also we do want to show off like aspects of their character. That's why like in Goku vs Superman, that thing with the kryptonite, like that's just like a fun thing that we included, you know, to show off because that's like, you know, the character personality. But
Yeah.
when we do the research and when we do the determination of who would win, it's basically like if both people were going all out against this person, you know, against each other, who would actually be victorious?
Yeah. And the rule is specifically removing moral restraints from killing. So if there are other, you know, aspects to their character that might impact whether or not they kill somebody, like maybe they
Martha.
maybe the
Sorry.
somebody screaming Martha gets them into a frenzy where they can't kill anybody, or they hallucinate when they try to do something, or whatever. We still try to keep everything else about the character intact. It is specifically the idea. Batman is an excellent example. It is specifically the idea that Batman will let that batarang hit him, like cut through the face, rather than just hit next to them to threaten them.
Yeah.
That's the general idea. And then the last question, and Chad, this one's for you. Boomstick took Wiz to a bar, but Wiz doesn't remember it. So what happened?
It's a good night. You know, sometimes when you drink a lot, you don't remember what happened. Sometimes that's because you had a lot of fun, and sometimes that's for the best. I don't know. I'm keeping it real ambiguous.
Live fanfic. Let's go. But
I would be fascinated to know what you guys think happened at the bar.
Yep. I just imagine Boomstick like got Wiz to like he probably has like some videos recorded on his phone of just like, you know, blackmail shit.
He's just keeping it secret. He's ready for whenever he needs it.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like so you know, Wiz is like everyone be like, that's it, you know, he's like, oh yeah? Remember this? Oh God, you know.
I don't think
probably-
the character has that much forethought when
Oh no, it wouldn't have been forethought. It would have just been more like he was gonna take Wiz out drinking, and it led to something. He was like, "Look at this idiot," and then would
Yeah.
videotape it, and then realize that later he could use it as that.
He wouldn't just
Boomstick
post it on
realizes that something is
whatever
like
social media Boomstick
blackmail
uses.
like that. Like he would have no reason to blackmail.
No, he'd just mess with Wiz.
Yeah, that's what he would do.
But Wiz would probably immediately be like, "Don't ever like let that get out," and then it would be
That would
like,
egg him
and that
on.
would get him into the
Yeah.
mindset of like,
Yeah.
all right, yeah. It wouldn't be. There's no like premeditation on this.
Yes.
I
There
guess,
you go.
I don't know. I would actually be really interested to know what you guys think happened at the bar. I mean, now that Wiz and Boomstick are on
Boomstick would-
camera and exploring their characters more.
Boomstick
so
would
much
probably
more
like
to-
try and wingman for Wiz, but then instead just like totally like screw him over. Like,
Depending on how
like
drunk he
accidentally-
is,
yeah, like
hook him up with like, I don't know, a goose.
no, I mean,
There's geese all
Yeah.
they're good, the
Yeah.
geese.
universe, right?
No, I'd be more like, yeah, Tucker, she looks nerdy. She'll be great for you. And then he'll go over there and like start that, and then probably be like, never mind, dibs, Wiz. You know, like, I don't know.
Just set him up with the exact opposite kind of person that he
These
should
two
be with.
there you go.
characters are not made for that environment, really. Like,
Oh, we could. Oh, I mean, yeah, but we could do it. We just most of the shit, most of the Wiz and Boomstick lore is just made up. It's just Ben and I like on the fly in the booth.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but that's why thinking about them in such a scenario is so
yeah,
fun.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
any sort of crazy nonsense could happen. Like a freaking goose could just be sitting at the bar.
Why not? Why couldn't there be a goose at the bar?
Let us
We
know
can do
what
whatever
you
we
think.
want.
Yeah, that wraps up the questions.
Speaking of doing whatever you want, you too can do whatever you want, and there's a great service that can help you make a website for that. And that, of course, is Squarespace. So from websites and online stores to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to build a beautiful online presence and run your business. You can create a beautiful website with Squarespace's all-in-one platform, where they have really nice and easy to use designer templates. They have their award-winning templates create a powerful online identity even easier. Each template is a starting point for a wide range of projects, whether you're pushing your side hustle or promoting your main gig. So you can do anything. They provide award-winning 24/7 customer support via live chat and email. You can also attend a live webinar or check out their always available help guides. They also have some really interesting marketing tools. So they have these email campaigns where with more than 30 starter layouts to choose from, you can announce a product, send an invitation, share an update with your subscribers, customers, and the email campaigns are easily accessible and can be made anywhere. Create a campaign, save draft, reuse layouts, review performance metrics, and more from your desktop, phone, or tablet. Super simple to set up or transfer your domain with Squarespace. And you can now transfer your third-party domains. So if you're thinking about like, oh, well, I already have this kind of set up in a different area, you can easily transfer over to Squarespace. So instead of working with multiple vendors to maintain your online presence, you're able to manage all of your domain and billing settings with Squarespace and take advantage of their easy-to-use DNS interface. It's never been easier to sell products or services online. Squarespace allows you to easily manage your products, orders, and inventory. So here's the deal. We want you to go to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/deathbattlecast to save 10% off of your first purchase of a website or domain. That is squarespace.com/deathbattlecast, and you get 10% off. So if you have that idea sitting around, you always want to make a website, web store, anything online, head over to Squarespace and check them out. They've been a long-time sponsor. It's been a little while, but they were one of the earliest sponsors of Death Battle.
They were one of the original.
Yep. And so, you know, if you've had that idea like lying around, don't wait. Go to Squarespace, get that 10% discount, and get started on whatever it is that's, you know, kicking around in your brain.
Thanks a lot, Squarespace.
Yeah.
While you're thinking about what you want to put on your website, let's find out what's going on. What's going on is happening this weekend.
It is. If you guys are watching this live, then it's tomorrow. If you guys are watching this on the .com, then you should really head over there right now. And if you're watching this on YouTube, man, you missed out on some fun. Here's the deal. If you guys haven't heard, Rooster Teeth puts on a 24-hour charity marathon every year in partnership with the Extra Life Foundation, which is also in partnership with the Children's Miracle Network. So essentially what Extra Life is, it's a 24-hour live stream, like I said, where we raise money for charity, specifically for children. And what we raise it for here at Rooster Teeth is we partner with Dell Children's. And the thing that we've been tackling the past year and this year as well is mental health. And how we decided to do that is by putting on this live stream where it started, you know, back in the day. Jack and Katie at Rooster Teeth had started this thing. Blaine was there. Blaine was an intern at the time when they first did their very first ever thing. And it was basically like, you know, you play some video games for this 24-hour stream, raise what money you can, and it's great. And then slowly, as the company grew and more like, like the departments grew and we had more resources and more creative people and all these things, it has now evolved into 24 hours of just absolute insanity. It's definitely probably the highlight of the year for me. I love there's this interesting, it's like this incredible love and also fear that goes with Extra Life, because basically the whole company gets together. We throw this 24-hour party where we've programmed all of these segments of just sheer entertainment. This year we are going all out, even further than we've ever gone before. So, like I said, it started playing video games, then it turned into a lot of this kind of stage presentation stuff. They were doing this, there's a Bob Ross hour where everyone gets together and tries to paint a Bob Ross painting, but put a weird twist on it. There's Too Spooky, which is at 2 in the morning. Miles, Cole, Carrie, and Blaine, usually just get real crazy and weird and spooky, and you never know what's gonna happen. But this year we will also, so in addition to the stage programming, we will have our video game playing, which we've always had, but now it's going to have its own separate stream so that people can tune in and watch the people playing video games at any time, or they can tune into the main stage stuff that's going on. So that's from 8 a.m. November 10th until 8 a.m. November 11th. And we have
Non-stop.
we have so much cool stuff this year. My favorite part, and it's also my most hated part, is that we have this wheel. It used to be called the Wheel of Destiny. It's currently called the Wheel of Vengeance. Whenever someone donates $1,337, we spin this wheel and we have to do whatever we've put on it. It's never good things. It's never oh, let's spin the wheel so that we can have a reward. No, it's more oh, let's spin the wheel. Now we have to get shot by paintballs. We have to have a baby bird shot, which is where somebody takes a shot but doesn't swallow it and spits it into someone else's mouth. There's lots of pain.
I got whiskey in your eye last year. That was funny.
Oh.
Yeah. You
fun.
also convinced Chris Damaris to take the biggest mouthful of eggnog and then spit it into my mouth. That was great.
So this escalates very quickly.
Yeah, it is something. it is a ton of fun for a really, really, really good cause. So really hope you guys will tune in if you're watching on the archive. If you've missed it and you're watching on YouTube, then you can probably just do a quick little search on YouTube for Extra Life 2018 highlights or something like that, and see all the things we do. There's a whole bunch of ways that you guys can contribute. If you want to, contribute some financially, you're welcome to do that. You can donate at any time. You can also, we have a bunch of exclusive merchandise that you can pick up throughout the stream. So we've got pins, posters, t-shirts. We also, our theme this year is Hotel Rooster Teeth. So we will have a very, 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 very limited amount of Rooster Teeth hotel branded robes that people can pick up. And every cent that we raise during this time is 100% nonprofit and goes to charity. So we don't really make anything doing this. It's just a nice initiative to do for the kids, and it's a lot of fun. I like to call it terrible things in the name of good. So
Sums it up pretty well.
I definitely encourage you guys to check it out if you haven't seen it before. There's a lot of really cool stuff going on this year. We have a lot of classics that are coming back that we do. We always put on a kind of Japanese style game show.
Yeah, I'm not so sure how much I'm looking forward to that part.
I know. It's gonna be great.
Do people know what the games are?
They don't know.
Okay.
No, they never know until I can tell them that the Big Bang game is coming back, which is the Pummel Horse that I created last year.
I know I have to play that one too.
You do have to play that one.
That's that thing hurts so fucking much.
If you haven't ever seen
the worst bit.
It's essentially a little saddle horse thing that you can sit on, but it has an exercise band that's stretched way down.
Broadcast, is it possible to bring up a clip of that?
I'm sure. Yeah, they can pull up some stuff.
There's plenty to say on it. There's enough time to bring it
last year,
Sam, just show a little tease of what we're in for this weekend.
In my Extra Life company email I sent out, there's a quick link straight to me getting hit. You could also look up the highlights. So, it was when Sam got hit, he didn't spill his beer. It was quite impressive.
I'm a grown up. I'm not gonna fucking spill a beer. Make broadcast area all damp. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, but I highly encourage you guys to tune in. So we got a bunch of great stuff. There will be hilarious moments. There will be painful moments. There will be gross moments. There's everything that you can think of.
But it's all for the kids.
Stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of gross stuff this year. We just bought, for one segment, some of the just awful stuff.
Yep. That's for the
salted mud.
Oh, hey.
Oh, yeah, here it's
This
Sam.
looks familiar.
Here we go. So, Sam, let's see if you hit the right button. Nope. Oh, there it goes. Exercise band straight to the junk.
That was it.
Why did you put me on
Beer's
this?
okay.
Are you
Why did
on this too?
Yes.
Were you on
I'm
it last year?
No.
I don't want to do this.
No, he didn't have to do it
No.
last year. So I put him on it
That's
this
good
year.
to get new blood on there.
There might
Literally.
be blood on there.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
what
rad.
I'm worried about.
Yeah, it's great. We've got, so in addition to our normal things, which is like, we have, incentivized donation stretch goals. So like if you hit it at this thing, we will release this video early or create a custom video based on these things. This year we also will have physical stretch goals because we may or may not have an 11-ton steamroller that we're gonna destroy some stuff with. We have a dunk tank this year. We have our paintball wall. I also have something extra for the paintball wall. And we just also ordered one of those giant Velcro walls.
Really?
Yeah.
That sounds like more fun than a punishment.
That's about the other thing. Oh, look, we already have a picture of the steamroller. It's great. It's out there. Earlier we were filming, and then the whole building started shaking, and I was like, what the hell is that? And they're like, it's the steamroller.
Are we supposed to get to learn how to drive it today?
Yeah, that was at 9 a.m.
Oh, I want to learn how to drive it.
There will be a crash course for those of us that missed it who
Fucking
still
yes.
really want to drive it.
Wait, do I get to drive it?
If you
There will be a
no,
crash course.
No. If anyone's gonna break something, it's you.
Yes,
I don't
that's
want to
the
know.
point of the
No.
steamroller.
That is the
it's
point
Not
of
the good
that.
thing. It's not the break the
That's
thing
the
we
purpose.
want. He's gonna break the steamroller, or like, oh, I messed up, and
It's
run
like-
down stage 5.
It's like forward, backward, turn left, turn right. I can't mess it. Brian told me there was
No. He's
another
right.
button on there.
He's right. If there
No,
was
man,
anybody, if there
no.
was anybody
Yeah.
who was going to get behind that
Sam,
wheel,
take my side on
spin
this,
it,
please.
and then
I'm
suddenly
with
the roller
Nick.
comes
I'm with Nick.
popping off
Right.
and rolling through
Yeah.
all of us, it's you.
I'm with Nick.
Yeah,
him-
You're with
let-
Nick?
let-
Yeah, let him drive.
Let the destroyer destroy.
Yeah,
let
that
me do
sounds
for the
fun.
kids.
Yeah.
For the kids, Chad.
real nervous about that.
For the
Nick.
kids. That's my
Real-
job. I'm
Real
nervous.
nervous.
But is it truly worth the risk?
Bravo for
Yes.
that line.
Yeah.
Probably not, but
But
we'll see
it
what
could
happens.
be.
So like I said, we got a bunch of great stuff. There's stuff from like, oh god, like we have the artistic thing for Bob Ross. Like I said, we've got this game show. We have a custom D&D campaign that people are going to be doing. We have a Harry Potter trivia segment that's going to be really awesome. That I know that's one of the things that Sam was talking about. There's a lot of disgusting things that are going to happen during that.
During the
During the
Harry
Harry Potter one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be
Rough,
fun.
dude.
That's gonna be fun.
There's going to be just so much stuff. It is a blast. Even if you don't know anything about Rooster Teeth and you guys are just watching because of Death Battle, like by all means, like tune in. It's for a really good cause. If you guys can donate, great. If not, if you just retweet, spread awareness. Like I said, it's all to help kids specifically. We're really focusing on mental health this year, and because of the community's donations, we've already, our goal this year is to raise, last year we raised $1.2 million. Our goal this year is to raise $1.25 million. And we'll already have completed our obligation with Dell Children's to finish the Rooster Teeth Healing Gardens, which exists in their new mental health wing. Actually, if you drive by Dell Children's right now, you'll see it on the outside. It says Rooster Teeth Healing Gardens, which is a place that people who are there can go and relax. And there's like a basketball court and some nice little like nature stuff and tables. It's really cool. So it's for charity. If you guys want, tune in. You will be entertained.
That is a
I-
promise.
I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's gonna suck.
Would you say? Would you say if some of our viewers are just familiar with Death Battle, they don't really know much about Rooster Teeth as a whole, would this be a good introduction?
It would, because like this was kind of our introduction to Rooster Teeth. Like we've known of them before, you know, and like I used to watch Red vs. Blue like way back in the day. But one of the first things we ever did with Rooster Teeth 3 years ago was Extra Life. It was like, oh, you guys are part of the family now? You should come on down. And so we did, and we put on the Amiibo cockfight that year. But then just being there and like just seeing this whirlwind of insanity and chaos was really cool. And it really I was like, man, this is such an awesome company. They're doing this for this great cause, but they're also throwing dildos at each other and all this other crap. You never know what's gonna happen on Extra Life, but it's always gonna be a good time. So you guys check it out. You can head to extralife.roosterteeth.com if you guys want to watch. That's going to be our landing page and give you all the information you need. It'll have the stream. It'll have links to donate. It'll have our partners. We've got a lot of people who really chipped in this year. And everybody in the company really goes out, especially broadcasts. Love you guys. They pretty much stay up the whole 24 hours putting on this insane, spectacular event. So extralife.roosterteeth.com. You guys should check it out. It's a lot of fun. Thanks.
All right.
Yeah.
And
do you have any favorite, before we move on, do you guys want to talk about favorite Extra Life moment?
Oh my God. That's hard. To
I mean-
pick out a single favorite.
Favorite is such a stretch, but I was happy that I was able to take the hot chip off of your plate.
Yes, thank you. When you lady,
Not that it landed on my plate, but that I was able to do something for you, Chad.
thanks. When you Lady and the Tramp the chip with
Torian. Yeah.
Speaking of that,
Yep.
my favorite, like,
Well,
I remember,
the chip is like deathly spicy. So just so everybody.
but I remember cracking up when what was the chair game called?
Oh, find the chair.
Yeah.
Find the chair was
So,
fun.
we're blindfolded, and it's 1v1. One person has to place a chair in this room.
They slam it down.
Yeah, slam it down. The other person, blindfolded, has to find it and sit in it. Whoever gets the best time wins. Torian put the chair like 6 inches behind me.
Torian thought he was being clever because he thought
Torian
you were going to start dashing off
Not
towards it.
think of any of the strategy at all. Like, it was rough.
But then you put it so far away that there was no way he would ever be able to reach it,
Yep.
and he
You
just
know-
couldn't even find it.
Yep. Oh, here we go.
regardless.
Here we go. This is a
chip.
Carolina Reaper chip.
Oh my God, that's right.
And
Are there going to be any more of those this
Nick-
year?
no, but instead we do have a thing called Death Nuts. I'll let you.
Death Nut?
Yep. And so here they go.
That's awful. And
Oh,
Torian,
I appreciate, Nick, that you went back in for it. You took that bigger portion than
He was holding it for me. It had to go somewhere.
Yep. See, what's great is you're like, that's not that bad. Oh, I'm fine.
But
And then you're
within
like, oh, here it
seconds.
comes.
also, like somebody offers you alcohol.
That's right.
I didn't even realize.
Torian's,
I don't
Torian's
think
trying to
Torian
run
had
it up.
eaten anything that day.
No, he had it.
And then suddenly he just got the most spicy chip ever.
So he almost died off
in
camera.
the corner is just in a fucking
falls over.
bush. What a terrible player. Fuck that person.
Dude, also, like,
Christ.
a testament to Extra Life and just even
Get out
our
of that
segment in
bush.
general, like, I look like a fucking disaster. Like,
Oh, I hope that happens again this year.
yeah, me too. I would. God, just last year I had to kiss like 4 dudes. I got shot by paintballs. I had eggnog spit in my mouth by another guy. I had my legs waxed. I had a slime hug. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot that happens.
Yeah. Extra Life this year, who
We're the
knows
kids.
how we're going to top it, but somehow I'm sure we will.
I have some really fun stuff planned.
We have
I'm so
plans. All right.
So,
All right.
is it time for me to do my thing?
it is time for you to
Wow.
Thanks, Sam.
It's an important thing.
quip it up.
It's called brushing your teeth. Because you only get one set. I don't know if y'all knew that, but you get one set of teeth.
You literally get 2.
Well,
All right, yeah, but as an adult, you only get one set of grown-up teeth.
There you go.
Don't worry about those baby teeth. These grown-up teeth. Your teeth are super important because without them, you can't eat, and you want to eat stuff. Eating's delicious. So you got to take care of them pearly whites, okay? How the hell are you going to do that, you might ask? With Quip. Let me tell you, Quip, they sent us a whole slew of their fancy toothbrushes. These are the finest brushes in the land. I don't know if y'all knew this, but they're the finest brushes in the land. They have sensitive pulsing.
they do.
Yes. So even your nice, like me, your nice soft gums aren't damaged. And they also have a timer built into it because and Nick and I were talking about this earlier.
Yeah.
Every 30 seconds, it gives you a buzz to let you know to move quadrants of your mouth. And it turns out that that's a very effective way to brush your teeth because I certainly was not brushing my teeth for an entire 2 minutes. And now I am with Quip because the toothbrush tells me I have to. Like, what else are you going to do? It also comes with, what is the best solution for getting your toothbrush off of the counter? Like, you just put a thing
Put it on your
mirror,
window. Or on
and
your
then
mirror,
it's like,
rather.
boop, and it's like nice and sleek and wonderful, and they look good. And yeah, I'm telling you, these Quip brushes. So, did you know 90% of people aren't actually using their toothbrushes right? Quip helps you do that by using all of its fancy pulsers, its timers, and I didn't even mention that it has no clunky charger. This thing runs for 3 months, and then you get a replacement head which comes with a battery, and you're like, boop, and it keeps going for another 3 months. And that means when you get your replacement, you don't have to go to the store. Something Chad and I personally hate, going to the store to replace anything.
Yep.
Literally, like I just do not want to step foot in a store. And Quip helps me from stepping foot in a store, so it's pretty great. Like I've had a ton of toothbrushes in my life, and I mean a ton. I'm very old. Like at least I would wager. How many toothbrushes do you think you go through a year?
Dude, I don't know.
Probably 100. Solid 100 toothbrushes. This is the best toothbrush.
Every 3.5
Out of
days,
100.
you're out a
Yeah.
toothbrush.
This is the best toothbrush I've had in my whole life. And don't take just my word for it. 20,000 dental professionals also say that it's mad legit. So that's nice. To top it off, Quip starts at just $25. And if you go to getquip.com/cast right now, you'll get your first refill pack for free with the Quip electric toothbrush. That's your first refill pack for free at getquip.com/cast. GETQUIP.com/cast. Do that stuff.
Thanks, Quip. And I love how many dental professionals are quoted as mad legit
They said that this brush was mad legit.
in Sam speak.
Yeah. All right. It's time for the community death battle.
It's time for the community death battle. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. 2-4, the Banjo.
This one's pretty much all on
against
you,
the
Nick.
Weasel.
Yeah, it's Jack and Daxter because I want to watch Nick cry.
Oh, no. It's Banjo Kazooie versus Jack and Daxter because last week you were talking about how Banjo sadly did not get into Smash Brothers yet.
Not in the launch roster. There's this much of a possibility for DLC, and I'm holding on to it.
But maybe he'll have a possibility for winning this.
What is
I doubt it.
Banjo's necklace?
It's well,
Saber-
My
Tooth
brain
tiger.
just thought it was a bear's tooth, and I was like, that doesn't make any sense. He's a bear. Like, that would be like me running around with a human tooth necklace. That's
I think some
weird and
people
creepy.
do that.
What?
I guarantee you.
people
Fuck
It's
that.
weird.
Monsters, maybe. That's insane. Who just has teeth on their necklace?
maybe it's a
Broadcast, will you
rocker.
Google teeth necklace?
No,
tooth?
please
Human?
don't.
No.
Yeah, please do.
Human teeth
I
necklace.
guarantee you they do it. I guarantee you somebody's made it out of like their baby teeth
Oh,
and stuff.
absolutely.
You know, the
Oh,
second
people
set of
have
teeth
done
you
it.
have in your life.
Yeah, people have done it, but you don't need to be doing it.
They're modern day witch doctors, is what they probably are.
I'm just saying, we're gonna get some great images here. While
There's people who like teeth. I mean,
Or
you're so matter of fact. Oh, you know, people. Yeah, there it is.
That's weird.
I appreciate that they did it. It looks like they did it in the correct order.
they at least did it in a
Yeah.
classy way with the gold chain.
It's like you're always wearing a smile.
And they're very
That's the
nice.
non-creepy way.
all right. So
Anyway,
for all
so-
community death battles, we reached out to you guys
Yeah.
to let us know who you think wins on Twitter using the hashtag DeathBattleCast. And we've got some answers for Banjo and Jack. Let's go ahead and bring up the one for Banjo from Fantastic Callum. My vote's for Banjo Kazooie. Their arsenal is much more varied and available than that of Jack's. Not only that, but they can transform with Mumbo, use weaponized cars, and with the Jinjos and Jinjonator, destroy unbreakable magical barriers. It might be close, but Banjo Kazooie will win just barely.
That sounds like a lot of outside help.
That's a
Well,
strong
just,
punch.
throw that out
collectibles, though. That's kind of their thing, right? Like Jack and Daxter, they have to collect eco. Their weapons are useless without eco.
That's true.
Well,
So-
the Jinjos.
They
after
are
collect
literally
them,
collectibles.
Does Banjo just have them on his person? Where do they go?
I can't remember because it's been an age since I last beat Banjo Kazooie.
Oh yeah, when was that, Nick?
There might have been when you and I were doing our Let's Play. That
I was an expert.
was an adventure. Anyway,
Hell.
so at the end of Banjo Kazooie, they're fighting Gruntilda on the top of the castle, and the Jinjos come from somewhere I don't remember where.
They fly.
You missed so many times.
That's right.
I did. Well, twice. It was just 2 times that I had to retread all of our steps.
Oh, I'm not talking about that. I was talking about you just flashed me back to the rooftop fight with Gruntilda.
It's hard, man. It's so difficult. That witch is much tougher than I thought she was. Anyway, the Jinjos come out of somewhere, and they go into the statue, and they form the Jinjonator, which is like a giant Jinjo, and they fly into the witch, and she falls to her death.
So the Jinjonator is the statue.
They go into the statue. I can't remember what happens. Either I think the stone like peels away, and there's just like a giant Jinjo inside of it that other Jinjos powered up. I don't know, Banjo lore.
Well, we've also got an answer from Charm Pluto for Jack and Daxter. Go ahead and
so
bring that
screwed.
up. They say Jack and Daxter have this in the bag. Dark Jack is immune to damage. Light Jack can freeze time and acts as Jack's healing factor. The Morph Gun is essentially an entire armory wrapped in a single gun, and the other Echo types.
Eco.
Eco?
Yeah, it was an autocorrect, I think.
Oh, okay. Pew Pew Kazoo, Jack and Dax win.
Jack
Okay.
and Daxter, hands down.
Banjo Kazooie also have invulnerability though. When Kazooie has these golden feathers, she can like put her wings around Banjo, and they just one
Yeah,
shot.
but then it runs out.
everything.
That lasts like what?
So does
30
Dark
seconds?
Eco.
Yeah, Light and Dark Jack they have a limited time to use.
Morph gun isn't.
Although
That
Light Jack
runs
can
on
stop
Eco.
time.
I
Just
think,
like Kazooie and
I
the eggs and
think
stuff.
the team from the future with guns wins.
Yep. And I want to see Nick cry.
Is this all this was for?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Twice in 1 week.
I mean, you got to build it up first if you're going to do that.
It's gonna be thrice.
You got to give him a
this
chance.
extra life,
then
maybe.
crush it.
That's true. Jack and Daxter.
Just because they got guns.
Yep. And because I
When-
want to see Nick cry. I told you that's a big motivator here, Ben.
When Banjo Kazooie see Jack and Daxter's arsenal,
Oh, here it
they'll
comes.
be paralyzed. Okay. Can we end the show now? Is that?
Yeah, we can end the show forever.
No. Okay.
There it is.
Oh, no.
And we're back.
shit.
Whoa.
Fine,
the
let's
left.
see the poll.
Wait, we haven't even gotten.
Yeah, we're close.
You know the
Jack
vote.
and Daxter.
Banjo Kazooie, Jack and Daxter. Cool. We got.
Bring up the poll.
Yep.
That's right.
Oh.
That's what I
That's one of
was
the more
afraid of.
crushing defeats I think we've seen here.
Yeah.
No.
That's
There's been like.
That's even more
20%.
crushing than Ben 10 versus 10 Bens. That was remarkably close.
And wrong. 'Cause I
And
told you,
wrong.
man.
Nice.
Well, you weren't here to defend yourself. You were too sick. or
Yeah,
something.
unfortunately. All right. So, sorry, Nick.
Jack and Daxter win.
As long, okay, there's a rumor that, or maybe it's not a rumor, I think Microsoft is going to have some kind of press conference this weekend, and it also happens to be the 20th anniversary of Banjo Kazooie. So give me something, please.
Oh yeah, they got a mixture thing. If you
Yeah.
tune
He's
in,
rare.
you get some stuff for Sea of Thieves, by the way. But
I'll
it's Saturday,
find time
so
to
it'll
do
be
that.
Extra Life.
I'll find some time to do that.
Okay.
And the announcement will be that they're adding banjo material to your avatar.
Oh, Lord.
We've killed Banjo Kazooie
They
forever.
Do avatar? I don't know if they do actually.
They just brought them back, like literally just brought them back for
Oh, yeah,
Xbox One.
okay.
Yeah.
What's
No,
our
you
next?
have-
What's our next community
Robot
death
Heart.
battle?
Our next community death battle is requested by TK Hulk, and it is Incineroar, who did get announced for Smash Brothers.
Nice way to really twist.
I didn't even
Yeah,
know
good
what-
job, Ben. Way to really twist that knife.
Is-
I had no idea what an Incineroar was when they announced it. I was
Well,
like, who?
it's a Pokemon.
Yeah.
And we're pitting it up against a Digimon, Leomon.
So
a
two
lion.
giant.
Who wears a significant amount of pants? Wasn't expecting
and
that.
also just has abs.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the buff furries.
Leomon is a light Digimon, and Incineroar is a dark Pokemon.
I don't know
Is
anything
his
about
mane
digital.
coming
also
out of his
fighters.
mouth?
No, it's
Yeah, it is.
like a beard kind of thing.
Interesting.
I don't know anything about Digimon. Is that a sword
And
sheath?
he's-
It does
I
look
think
like a
it
sword
is.
sheath.
And also, I think he's got some fucking teeth necklace too.
He
Yeah, he
What's up
does.
with these people?
does.
Fucking weirdos.
I'm gonna get you a teeth necklace for Christmas.
Also, why does
Whose
okay,
teeth?
Oh, they'll be human.
What is
but
this
who
guy?
knows?
What is this lion man's name?
Leomon.
Why is his right shoulder so much fucking buffer than his left one? Like, look how fucking wild.
It's just an angle thing.
Like he's got the buffest right arm ever. What's he been doing with just his right arm?
That's what he uses to swing
Well,
his
Sam,
Swing his
there are
sword.
some
Yeah,
inferences
no,
that can
sure.
be drawn.
sword. All right. As with all community death battles, you can let us know who you think wins on Twitter using hashtag DeathBattleCast. After Extra Life, we will be posting a poll on the ScrewTech Twitter where you can vote. And next week, we will bring all your answers to the table and see who wins. Hopefully, in a little bit more of a better fashion than what happened here.
In a little bit more of a better fashion.
Yes. Whatever. I'm done. I'm ready to end the show.
We are old and tired.
It's time for Extra Life.
Good night.
Just want Banjo to have something, man.